Hi, Henry.
Hey, Chloe, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for meeting me today. I'm a sales rep at Stryker, and I just have a few questions for you. So, first of all, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I have family. I'm from Louisville originally. I have family in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, which is a little bit beyond Lexington. That's where my mom's from. So we went there for the day, and then one day I had some family friends in town. So we went to Churchill Downs, the racetrack, and spent the day there. Lost all my money, unfortunately, but it was fun. Let's see, what else? Went to a big party on Friday night. There's this big party downtown in Louisville. It's called the Bachelor's Ball, and it's a black tie event, and some of my old friends, we all go every year. It's always the Friday of Thanksgiving week, and we always try to meet up and go to that, so that was fun. What about you? What did you do?
Nothing really. Kind of just hung out with my family. Went out with my brother and all of our friends the night before Thanksgiving, which was a good time. And then
Is that always a big night where you're from?
Yeah, it's a big night. I mean, it was a big night for me. I don't know. It was fun. But then on Friday I went to Cleveland to visit my boyfriend and his family. And we went shopping and.
Did you buy anything?
Yeah, I got some Christmas gifts for people and got myself some makeup, so that was fun.
Nice.
Got some sushi. It was fun.
What's your favorite roll?
I always get, what did I get? I don't remember. It was some spicy. It was like dragon roll or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Do you have any plans for Christmas?
Probably go back to Mount Sterling. Same. We usually go.
Where is that? It's in Kentucky.
Yeah, it's in Kentucky. There's Louisville's a little bit south of Cincinnati, and then Lexington is a little bit east of, an hour east of Louisville, and then Mount Sterling's another 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it's not far. It's just an hour and 45 minutes to get there.
Yeah, that's not bad.
We always go there on Christmas Day. I have 17 cousins on that side, and my family's the youngest, so all my cousins have kids, so there's always a big crowd. So I'll do that for Christmas, and then I'll be home in Louisville for a while, and I'll probably try to get to Lexington a couple times. I have a younger brother who's still in school. He's at UK, and we go to a lot of basketball games, so I'll probably try to do some of that while I'm home too. So
yeah, that
hopefully
sounds
have
fun.
some fun.
Did you watch the Ohio State-Michigan game?
I did not. I watched the Kentucky-Louisville game instead, which was the less exciting, less important game, but that's the one that we cared about. I'm a Kentucky fan. I live in Louisville, but I'm a Kentucky fan, and it was a big upset for Kentucky, so I was excited about that.
Yeah, I watched the Ohio State game. I'm honestly not really an Ohio State fan, but I just, from Ohio, I feel like I have to kind of pretend like I care.
Yeah, I went to Miami, and everybody there seemed like was an Ohio State fan, so I grew to dislike them a little bit.
Yeah, I actually went to Miami too. When did you graduate?
2010.
Cool.
What about you?
2012. So
okay.
we're a couple years apart. How long have you worked here?
This is my 6th year at Wilson, and it's my 2nd as the director of the Family Birth Center, and I've really enjoyed it. We stay pretty busy, but I've really enjoyed it so far.
Good. Glad to hear. Okay, well, I know we don't have a lot of time today, so I'm just going to get down to it and ask you some questions. Do you mind if I take notes?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so how are things going here at the hospital?
Things are good. We're getting busier, it seems like, every day, which is good. That's what we want. We've got a lot of moms coming in, a lot of births, which is really good for me, and it's good for our department. So Things are really going well.
Glad to hear that. So more specifically, how's the birth center doing in general? Do you have a lot of patients?
Yeah, we do. We stay busy. There's a few things we're kind of working on right now, which most birth centers do the same thing. But for us and for a lot of other hospitals, mother and baby closeness is always something that we always feel like we can improve on, and it's something that we focus on for sure. And also, we've had some trouble lately with infection control. It's kind of a pain, but some of our equipment isn't perfect. But we've been having some issues with infection control as well.
Yeah, what equipment is having what brings the most problems with infections?
Well, we see it in a lot of our outdated stuff. Probably what we've seen the most, where we've seen it the most lately, is with our bassinets. They're a little bit old, outdated, and they're wooden, which most hospitals have that. They're wooden, but they're they crack and they chip and they're hard to clean.
Yeah.
And dust and all kinds of stuff can build up and hard to reach places and that kind of thing. So we definitely see that in the bassinets for sure. But we're always looking to improve all of our equipment.
Right. What do you do to prevent infection? Like what's kind of like cleaning?
We try to just sanitize, as often as we can, but sometimes there's not a ton that we can do.
Right.
Our equipment limits us in that way. We do what we can, and even when we feel like we're being diligent about it and cleaning like we know we should, sometimes you miss stuff.
Right, it happens. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
a huge cost for the hospital.
Yeah, it is. It's that's why we work so hard to prevent it, but sometimes with equipment that can just be, the way it goes.
So what do the nurses have to say about it? What do they say about your bassinets?
Well, the nurses, they just care about the patients. They care about the patients, and they want to make sure that the mother and the baby are close and comfortable. That's the most important thing for them. But also, sometimes we hear them talk about how our equipment maybe isn't the easiest to use.
Mm-hmm.
Can be hard to maneuver at times. Sometimes if we have a few bassinets that are especially faulty and can be really hard for them to use. Sometimes it takes 2 nurses to move it around, and they sometimes wish it was just easier, more effective to use.
Right.
Saves time, saves bodies that we have, so that kind of stuff. And it can also be kind of dangerous with equipment that's reckless and not behaving the way we want it to.
Be extremely unsafe for your nurses and for the babies as well.
Right, definitely.
Okay, so if I was fortunate enough to earn your business, what can I do to make your job easier?
Well, the things I hit on earlier are some of the big things that, as an entire department we're really worried about. But for me, it's all about training the nurses, because time is such a big deal, so important to us. And every time we do get a new product, it can be difficult to get all the nurses properly trained. Sometimes we have to do it 3, 4, 5 times, however many it is, until we've hit all the nurses. And the quicker we can get everyone up to speed and understanding what needs to be done and the features of a product and that kind of thing, the easier it is for us. So that's definitely something that's big for me, because I tend to spend a lot of my time relaying information to nurses about, you need to be doing it this way, or blah, blah, blah. And the quicker we can do that and the quicker we have them all caught up, it makes my job a lot easier.
Right. So if we were to go forward with this, you'd want to implement the new bassinets rather quickly, or the new product
Definitely.
Okay. I'm just going to summarize everything you told me to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Great.
So mother and baby closeness is extremely important for the hospital, for the nurses, and obviously for the mother. You're having a little bit of an issue with infection control, and that's something that you'd like to fix and update. And your current bassinets are outdated, old wooden. They're hard to move. They're rather dirty, cracked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that your nurses, their main concern is the patient, but they're also concerned about their own personal safety, and some of your equipment might, make
not always the easiest to use.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And obviously, training the nurses is something that
Huge.
you like. Okay. I think did I miss anything?
No, I think that about gets it. There was one other thing I wanted to mention though. As far as our bassinets being kind of old and not the best looking, that's really been a big thing for us, because now we've got mothers that are coming in and looking at hospitals months in advance and looking at the equipment and the staff and that kind of thing, and shopping around hospitals like you would for any other big purchase, and kind of treating it different than they would before, where it was just you had a hospital and you went to it. Yeah. Now mothers are really looking ahead of time at what kind of hospital they want to go to. So it's some of the equipment we have now doesn't help us in that regard. It doesn't set us apart from anyone. So that's one other thing that I did want to mention.
So better aesthetics, maybe making more modern.
Definitely. Yeah.
I think looks are kind of a big thing for the mom. So make sure it looks comfortable and modern and up to date.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, would you like to meet again next week?
Yeah.
On this time?
For sure.
Okay, that'd be good. Thank you so
much. Thanks again. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.